Right, what is this? So apparently this is our inciting incident. We have a screenshot.
So, 10 rollers for the Augury of the Primal Flame. Most have their best trinkets already equipped. The roll winner rolled need, despite this trinket being worse for them. Obviously, they're allowed to roll on it because you're allowed to roll on these things.
Creative use of game mechanics, literally.
Yeah, so they rolled on it and went, I don't actually need this, but I have it. So, does anyone want to buy it? Does anyone want to buy the loot off me? And that auctioned up to 1 million gold because it is good-ass trinket. So here's exactly Dakor's little thing. Players are essentially having to buy back the items other players rolled need on purely to make money, not because they needed it. It's just a perversion of what the need button is actually for, because this is pure greed.
Yeah.
That's it.
This is greed over need over greed.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
Yeah. So, yeah, that's the thing. Like, it's...
Wait, what? Lying about needing to do something as a way to mask greed? Oh, gee.
Good week for that. Ninjing.
I've not heard that word in a long time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's really interesting. People are like just constantly getting chase items and trying to sell them to the highest bidder. It's just GDKP.
I feel for these people because like they're just trying to enjoy the game.
Yeah. But turns out people, loads of
cross-realm cross-realm gold trading completely opens the door to this.
Yep.
I didn't even think of that.
Mm-hmm.
Again, because we don't pug.
Yeah, you aren't arbitrarily limited to not being able to trade people.
And like, if I had to pug, I would not play World of Warcraft. I mean, I wouldn't raid.
I would really reluctantly, and I'd get curve and then never play the game again for the whole expansion.
Like, likelihood of quitting goes up massively.
So not to make too much fun around this, because this actually kind of does suck. Where it feels like the sheer amount of gold in the game has driven prices up crazy high, and it's just consistently went that way. We're like, okay, well, I'm gonna need a million gold for this trinket that I'll use for like 6 weeks or 8 weeks before I replace it in the next
$60.
Yeah.
Of token? No, it's $80 of tokens because of the premium. Yeah.
Yeah. So you'll get that. You'll get that, and then you'll place it whatever time. Then why does that person need the million gold? Like, why is this not selling for like 50k or like 60k? And you go massive inflation.
Just the 200 dragon riding world quests. Is that 200 dragon riding?
I have no idea.
I'm notoriously I am not able to do mental maths, and he is the complete opposite.
Yeah, I can do mental maths quite well when my brain works. But also I forget how much you got from
560.
Yeah, 500 something. Yeah.
No, 587. Why is 587 in my head? I don't know.
Hopefully that's not some weird number. No, it's not 6 digits. So yeah, that's here's stuff from the actual expert who literally plays the game. Group loot. Yeah, of course.
I like you fucking poser.
Yeah. He plays the game at a high level and engages with the community extremely deeply.
And on those things, I'll just do the announcement of the pre-announcement of the post-announcement of the hitherto and therefore. Yes, we're certainly trying to expand like content and sort of things that we're doing. And recently I've been thinking about like, what are other things I want to do in the game generally? And working with Dakor to like spruce up things we can do, especially as we move into War Within.
Spruce them up. Fantastic.
Spruce them up, pine them down.
Yeah, so many chase items. Yeah, the chase items I think are one of like I'm not too sure if normal work easier. Maybe because you get more clears easier.
They are much easier.
Yeah, they are much easier. I'm saying I don't know how much this impacts this specifically. Outside of letting more people in a lot of the time. But the chase items I think is the important part, where there's so many items that are way too, like maybe not even in terms of literal strength, but perceived strength and meta-ness. People are like, I need this to be out a massive. I need this because it'll make my character very, very, very important and good and strong, because it's the best trinket by X%. And it's the chase item, especially with rare and very rare kind of stuff. And then the gold, professions are interesting, because I think it's always the way of professions. Professions are always the people who highly optimize like the advertising and their like game there actually do just monopolize the market in a bunch of ways. Where you have like the amount of times where I'm like crafting something, and all I'll do is I'll just say in chat, need someone to do this, and I'll get like 4 whispers, and it'll be like from 4 different people, like, if you whisper my alt this, or if if you send it to my alt, I will do that for you for like 10k, 5k, whatever. I'm just like, that is nuts. The amount of people, I'm like, you have all of these. You've got all of the crafters completely sorted, and you're going to sit here all day and make a shit ton of money, which is different from people who like have like an hour a day to play and are a little bit professionally. So it's a little bit of like they can sort that out. Legacy capital is stacked up quite high. Yeah, that's another part of that, where it is just the game is that old and the gold cap is so high that you're like, yeah, what do? You just get out destroyed by anyone with money, which is always the way of it. And the lack of like the raw gold and stuff is like, I am poor all the time. Unless you specifically go out of your way to make World of Warcraft gold in a way that's not playing the game. You have to play at least some capacity of the metagame around it, which is completely fine. But the problem is when someone who's perpetually poor in game like me, because I just play the game a bit and don't metagame the like economic part of it. I could certainly see myself now very interested in, not quite literally because I don't really want to, and I don't trust my luck enough to win any of these items to go GDKP. But I could imagine doing it and going, because if I did this and got a mil gold, if I did that for 200k, I'd be like, I'm sorted for a while compared to the usual, because I buy some stuff for raid. I buy my gems, I buy my enchants, I buy food for the guild now basically a lot of the time. I'm like, it's not super expensive, but doing this to me would be a way I could make money pretty quickly, because it's the obviously the trade of value between the person who's buying professions all day and me who can just hop in and get lucky, which is interesting. Certainly interesting how it's gotten this way. And it's like it's kind of perverse in the nature of what the loot rule is.
It's like there's been inflation. There's been inflation in gold, but that's disproportionately impacting different people because of how gold is like actually dispensed to people in the game.
Yeah, so it's kind of interesting, and you go, well, it sounds like a pretty
gold world quests.
Yeah, it sounds like a pretty interesting and natural consequence, but you look at it and it kind of feels wrong, because the intent of the game design is you press the button if you need it, and if you win the role, you get it, as opposed to you can always get it if you have enough money, because of the trading stuff. It's kind of interesting. It's kind of interesting. Yeah, the augment runes are pretty crazy. I like them to try no augment runes to see what it looks like for gold, but that would probably just make things worse somehow.
Man,
like to farm it. It's kind of fun. So it is interesting because like
it's like I'm so unaware of this going on.
Yeah, it's like I don't like this at all. This seems so perverse to me.
Yeah,
I feel like there's just inherently a problem with it, but I can't exactly place exactly what my problem is beyond it feels wrong. It's like,
well, the problem is that's not the point.
Yeah,
that the problem is this doesn't feel like what goals should be for in the game design, but it's a result of the game design, so it sort of is, but it's just unintended.
There's also the gold buying, like the the RMT side as well, which is a problem. So I saw that was mentioned too. That's I feel like that feels worse to me.
That's why Ibarra's gone.
Yeah, that feels worse to me.
Got him an RMT cell.
That feels worse to me in Classic than it does in Retail, just because of the prevalence of gold and its importance there comparatively. But it certainly feels a bit. It pales in comparison to Classic GDKP, of course. That's like the done thing there. But it is interesting. Yeah,
it's like you don't want it to become... Yeah, is this to become the norm? You don't want it to become like a cultural normal thing that goes on.
Yeah, like LFR 250. Sorry. What do you mean? Like, what?
Supply and demand.
Who's buying
supply and demand?
250,000 from
gold.
LFR.
Gold.
But it's an LFR item. It's shite.
No. The market has decided, Matt.
I see it constantly in LFR. Just last night, another fully geared Mythic Raider was needing gear and tokens. To be fair, having a load of Mythic Raiders in LFR would be pretty good. I'd be down for that. Like,
I just everyone's just trying to play LFR, and then Chad Thundercock rolls in, kills all the bosses, takes all the loot, and then sells it back to them.
No,
if that ain't gaming.
No. Oh, the LFR augury is normal. Okay, yeah, you're right. But imagine this. Imagine what would you call him? Chad Thundercocks? What you said?
Chad Thundercock.
So imagine you go into LFR as one of Chad Thundercock's brothers and to make a quick buck, and it's just the entire Thundercock family in there. And they destroy Farak in like 15 seconds.
Can we have a web series called The Thundercocks?
Everyone needs on it, and no one wants it. And they're like, "Fuck, shit, what do we do here?" Oh god, that would be fun. That would be fun. So I don't know. Like,
oh man,
this seems horrible, but I don't know if I want Blizzard to like shit all over Group Loot or something to fix it. It's kind of an awkward problem. And like Dakwar's right here, where he says a guild's not the solution for everyone. It's like, this is obviously like guilds is great experience, but pugging works for people who don't have time and stuff like that. So it is a little bit like scundering to have this happen.
Yeah.
A balanced druid won the trinket and sold it to a DH in all greens for 550k.
Yo,
that is absolutely fantastic. This is awful. That's enough like HC Sark cloak. Yeah, not sure why we weren't able to trade items we needed for in pugs in the first place. I mean, that's ultimately the problem. Right? The problem is just literally
enforce the sanctity of the need button.
Yeah, that's the actual solution. But then the problem is, how do you do that? Just do it. Just do it for it.
No. We can't get into the consultancy business if we keep on consulting like this.
Yeah. No, this is all just
supply and demand. We got to reduce the supply of our consulting.
It's all just free samples.
Everybody, please forget that. Right, let's set up the firm.
Yeah. Blizzard executives, if you're watching this, please DM me if you would pay us for consulting, because we're very good at our jobs. Thank you. I need more money to wheel and gacha. Thank you.
No.